Hey, so do you ever notice how fast people can throw things at you? And I'm not talking about like actual objects, but their words or their tone, their attitude. You know, the kind that just, it pisses you off.
Yeah, they're like emotional fastballs. Like you're sitting here and you're like, hey, good morning. And then out of nowhere, you're like suddenly in this full-blown debate about your tone of voice from yesterday and what all did and didn't get done, and it's nuts.
Yeah, exactly. And most of us, like, we're like brick walls. I mean, we don't just catch that energy. We bounce it right back, and we bounce it back hard and fast.
It's like emotional dodgeball, and look, nobody's winning this game at all.
Yeah, so on Tuesday, we threw out this idea that my therapist taught me, be the shower curtain. And honestly, it just works. But we thought some of you out there might be saying like, okay, what in the world are they talking about, be the shower curtain? And how do I do that?
Absolutely. So today, that's what we're unpacking. Because be the shower curtain, it isn't about silence. It is about strategy, however. So it's what it looks like to be intentional when life starts, really throwing those curveballs at you.
Yeah, so here's the question to start us off. What does it actually mean to be the shower curtain?
All right, well, let's get into it.
Welcome to the Nature of Everything podcast with Bo and Clint, where we deep dive into the world of personal development through coin. Confirm it, own it, be intentional, and change the nature of everything.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Nature of Everything. I'm Bo.
And I'm Clint.
And look, if you're new here, first off, welcome. Like, you might wonder who we are, and, well, suffice it to say that we're just two guys who've been best friends since elementary school.
Yeah, back when Bo wore, like, husky jeans, and I thought a bowl cut was going to be cool right until I got to the mullet stage. It was going to be nice.
Yeah, and look, we've been trying to figure out life ever since. And that's what this podcast is really about. Every week, we explore personal growth through our COIN framework. Confirm it, own it, be intentional, and change the nature of everything.
And listen, if you're into honest conversations about real life, the messy stuff and the funny stuff, and yeah, especially the slightly uncomfortable parts, I promise you, you're in the right place.
And you can also find us online at coinyourlife.com. And we'd love for you to connect with us on there, on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the places. Just search Coin Your Life.
Also, if you haven't already done it, check out the book. It's available. It's called Confirm It, Own It, Be Intentional, and Change the Nature of Everything in Your Life.
All right, so let's get into it. Because Tuesday, during our little Tuesday check-in, we tossed around this idea of be the shower curtain.
Yeah, and we thought, a lot of people might say, wait, what does that even mean? Which is fair. And look, I get it. It sounds kind of ridiculous until you realize it's actually one of the most powerful emotional tools you can have.
Yeah, it's not about ignoring people or shutting down. It's about being intentional. So let's unpack this thing and talk about what it means and when to use it and how to make sure that you're not confusing shower curtain with doormat.
Absolutely. And that's a very important distinction.
Yeah, so let's start here. What does it actually mean to be the shower curtain? Because on the surface, it sounds kind of funny. Like maybe this podcast belongs in a home improvement show, but it's really deeper than that.
Absolutely. It's not about your bathroom decor. When we say be the shower curtain, we're really talking about how you handle impact. That emotional impact, energetic impact, the moment somebody throws something at you that you didn't see coming.
Yeah, like those moments when somebody's tone hits you weird, or that email that just instantly raises your blood pressure, or somebody in your life, they just throw their bad day directly at you.
Absolutely. And, realistically, most of us, and me included, default to this brick wall mode where somebody throws something and just launch it right back at them, like just instant reaction. If you hit me with a comment, I plan on having a comeback, or you text me something awfully spicy, I'm going to have a whole paragraph sitting and waiting.
Yeah, full send, no delay.
No delay. But, if you're the shower curtain, the ball hits, right? It still hits the shower curtain. If it's thrown, you're not numb to it, but instead of bouncing it back like that brick wall, you absorb it. the shower curtain absorbs that ball that's thrown at it and it lets it fall. And the cool thing about it is the game, it ends right there.
You know what? That really is the key because people think being calm means being disconnected, but that's not what this is. This is not silence, it's strategy.
Well, and like you said, it's intentional. It's saying, okay, I feel that and I see it. I'm not ignoring it. I'm just choosing not to react to that yet. I'm choosing not to react just yet.
Yeah, that's so good because that yet is what gives you the control back. You're not avoiding the situation, you're creating space to respond with some clarity instead of just chaos.
And sure, in that space, that moment, that little bit of a pause, that's the heartbeat of being intentional. It's where emotional maturity truly is living.
You know, it's wild how we've been taught to either explode or shut down. Like those are the only two options that most people know. But being the shower curtain is a third option. It's the middle ground. It's where you can still have boundaries, but you're not going to burn the house down.
100%. And again, it's not defensive, and it's certainly not being dismissive. It's still receptive. You're still receiving that energy. You're saying yes to the information. You're saying yes to the awareness of what's going on. But what you are also saying is no to the escalation.
Yeah, and look, that's huge because when you think about it, the shower curtain, it doesn't push back, but it also doesn't just lay there just helplessly. It holds the line.
Absolutely. It's flexible. It's not necessarily fragile. It's flexible. There's strength in that. I mean, it's that it's controlled strength.
And you've said something when we've talked about this that really sticks out to me. You said that the shower curtain gives you the ownership of that ball.
Yeah, that's the whole point. The moment you absorb instead of react, like you've got the ball. Like you're in possession of this now. Like you absorbed it, you let it fall, you have the ball. So you get to decide when and how to respond on your terms, not theirs.
Yeah, and that's power.
Sure.
I mean, it's like emotional kung fu. Like you're using the energy without letting it take you down.
Absolutely. It's perfect. It's like the Aikido of an argument because you can't coin something if you're too busy throwing balls back and forth at each other. Like sometimes life comes at you just too fast. And when it comes at you too fast to confirm it, and it comes at you too fast to own it and be intentional about your response in real time, that is problematic. That's where you feel unsettled and unseated. So the idea of the shower curtain is how you buy yourself that moment in time. So if it's coming at you too fast to confirm and own it and be intentional about your response, boom, shower curtain. It slows it down. You buy yourself that time in order to coin it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a pre-coin move.
Yeah,
It's that buffer that lets you breathe in just a minute.
indeed. It's like an emotional pause button. And the beauty really is it's a posture that you choose. Nobody can take that from you because it's your choice.
And look, that's where empowerment lives. Like you're not reacting out of emotion, you're responding out of intention. And you can still say like, "Hey, that really hurt," or "Hey, I need a second." But you're saying it from a place of control.
Yeah, and it's the difference between like avoiding the conversation and knowing that you're choosing when you're ready to have that conversation.
Let's go ahead and draw this line because I can already hear somebody out there saying like, "So you're saying I should just let people walk all over me?"
Yeah, no, absolutely not. That's that doormat energy you were talking about. And
Doormat energy.
I mean, we're not having that. That is absolutely what the shower curtain is not.
Yeah, because being the shower curtain is a choice. You're doing it on purpose. You're aware, you're present, and you're saying, like, I'm not going to let this escalate. But being a doormat, that's when you've basically given up your agency altogether.
Sure, absolutely. Because it's almost like doormat is done to you in a way, and shower curtain is done like because of you, because of your choice.
Yeah, I think if we work on that a little bit, it'll be good for a t-shirt.
Doormat done to you, shower curtain because of you. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
No, but I mean, but no, really, think about it. Being a doormat it almost feels like a permanent posture. It's like
Hmm.
it's this posture that's rooted in fear or needing approval and certainly avoiding conflict. The shower curtain, however, like, it's that temporary moment. It's something that you deploy for the moment. It's like it's you should be able to deploy it for the length of a time that a shower should take, right? It's that for a moment. It's
Good
strategic.
call. Yeah, I think that's smart. I mean, the doormat says, like, I guess this is just me now. And the shower curtain says, you know what? I'm going to take a second and then I'm going to decide what happens next.
I mean, to keep going with like the doormat, it's just getting stepped on, right? And it just stays there to be stepped on. The shower curtain, it like stands back away from you and it it dries off and it says, "All right, let's talk about this for a bit." You know, like it has that space in order to create that distance from you.
Look, I love that. And honestly, it's the difference between a victim posture and a powerful posture. When you're being the doormat, you've handed over the control. When you're being the shower curtain, you've actually taken it back, whether or not the person even realizes it.
Indeed, indeed, because people think control is about dominance, who's winning the argument.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
realistically, the control is all about composure.
Yeah. Say that again. I like that.
Yeah, control is composure. It's the ability to manage your internal environment when the external environment, like what's going on around you, is out of control. It's going nuts.
Yeah, and look, I really love that it doesn't mean that you're pretending everything's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. I said
So
it's fine.
it's always fine. But look, you can still feel the hit
Sure.
and you can still say that stung, but you're not reacting out of that sting.
Absolutely. What you should be doing is responding out of clarity, not from chaos. And you might even say something like, "Hey, whoa, hold on. I need a minute to think about that," or something along the lines of like, "I hear you, and look, I will respond when I've had a chance to, sit with this and process it."
Yeah, I mean, those are shower curtain statements. They're calm and they're grounded, but they're not passive.
And the cool thing is that kind of language shifts the whole energy of a conversation. You're not playing some unruly game anymore. You're actually changing the tempo.
And you know what else that is? That's leadership. That's what intentional looks like in real time. Leading yourself in the middle of a moment that could easily hijack you.
Absolutely. Because when you choose that posture, you're saying, I decide when and I decide how this moves forward. You're not the passenger of this crazy emotional ride anymore. Now you're the one in the driver's seat. You're steering.
Yeah, and look, it's not always easy.
Sure. No.
Sometimes it does hurt, and sometimes the ball hits hard. But even in that, the shower curtain gives you something that the brick wall and the doormat are never going to give you, and that's space.
And talking about space, like space to like feel it and space to breathe and certainly a space to get your bearings. If you've been knocked off your feet and you've been unseated emotionally with whatever's coming at you at that speed, you're exactly right. That's what intentionality buys for you at this moment. It's a little bit of space before some crazy reaction.
And that space is everything because that's where the coin work happens. You confirm what just happened, you own your feelings and your part in it, maybe, and then you can be intentional about how to move forward.
And surely, like the shower curtain, it's not the finish line. I mean, that's not where this ends. It really is the pause before the entire process.
Yeah, so let's go one layer deeper. When we talk about the shower curtain as that pause before the process, that pause is also the moment where you get to remember you're not this moment.
It's that I am piece. The I am and they are. It's what we talked about before. It's that I am awareness, and it certainly has its place in this. When something hits you, a comment or tone or whatever it may be, your brain wants to label it instantly. And I've got a lot of work to do with this still in my life because boy, it's that they are, right? They are being rude. They are being whatever. I am being disrespected. I am being mistreated. They are being rude. They are being mean. And boom. See, I mean, right there, you're already in this narrative style story. And instead of being in the moment and dealing with that, you're already wrapping all of this in a narrative that may not truly fit.
Yeah, and look, that's how fast we attach identity to the emotion. But the shower curtain, it lets you slow that down and says, hold up, they're not rude. They're acting in a way, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not weak. I'm responding in a way.
Yeah, and it's all so temporary. Whatever this is, it's behavior, right? I mean, it's behavior. It's not identity.
Yeah.
So, that shower curtain posture gives you that split second moment of awareness that it's just a moment. I get that, but it allows you to function within that space to recognize, to own, and confirm for yourself it's not who they are. It's not who you are. It's just happening, right?
That sounds so simple, but it really is powerful because when you stop assigning some kind of permanent label to these temporary moments, you stop adding unnecessary weight to everything.
Yeah. You stop turning those little temporary moments into big ass monsters too, right? I mean, you start seeing things how they are, not as my ego wants to interpret it, but as it actually is.
I mean, I feel like you're just a t-shirt maker today. Like, stop turning moments into monsters. Like, I'm loving it. But look, it's so good because it's the whole reason that this idea belongs under that be intentional part of coin. Because intentional living, it's not about pretending you don't have emotions or like you don't have something to add. It's about knowing when to not believe everything that those emotions tell you in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah. It's the awareness that says, hey, I don't have to defend myself against this moment. I can just experience it. I can learn from it. And I have just that moment to recognize that, you know what, I choose to do whatever it's going to be. I get to choose that next.
Yeah, and that's the heart of the shower curtain idea. It's not resistance, it's receptivity, but with boundaries. Like it allows the impact, but it doesn't allow the chaos.
To your point, receptivity. Wow. The shower curtain, it doesn't reject the ball. You're right. It receives it. It lets it hit, but it moves with it. And then it lets it fall. And all of this receptivity, it's fluid and it's flexible, but it's intentional at every point.
That's the posture of emotional intelligence, right? It's not rigid, it's not reactive, but it's responsive.
Yeah, and what's so brilliant about that is that still it's not about winning the argument or necessarily driving your point home to where there's an aha moment. And man, I'm talking to myself about this because I still need so much work here. It really is about wisely and intentionally preserving peace just long enough to move forward consciously.
Yeah, which honestly, it might be the most underrated superpower of adulthood if you can get this, right?
Sure. Yeah.
It's the ability to stay calm when everybody else is just throwing
The stuff. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, it's not glamorous, but I mean, it's golden. Again, if the stuff is being thrown about, your ability to stay calm, yeah, it's golden for sure.
And I think there's something that we've got to say out loud.
Mm-hmm.
This is a practice. Like nobody's going to nail this every time.
Yeah, absolutely not. And if being the shower curtain was actually easy, I think we'd all have peaceful discussions and never arguments, and our blood pressure would always be low because we wouldn't have to worry about the stress and strain of how you've said something or your tone of voice or your attitude or what you're throwing out there and what's being thrown. I mean, yeah, absolutely. It's not easy for sure. It is a practice.
But you know why it's a practice? Because this is real life. Like we all have those moments where we hear something, and before we even realize it, we're halfway through typing the next comeback.
Yeah. I mean, you're like 3 sentences deep, 4 paragraphs in, or whatever it is, and your rational brain just woke up like, whoa, hey, what are you doing? Like, what are you about to send? And that could be, like you said, that's text message or, live person argument, or God forbid, those emails that you're about to fire off while you're pissed.
Yeah, well, that's gracious if you think it's just a text message for me, because I think I'm mostly like about to push that nuclear launch button and, methodically enter in my secret codes for my blank folder. Like I'm all in. But I mean, honestly, but that's the point, right? You're not supposed to be perfect at this. You're just supposed to notice it. And that's where it starts. You just notice it. And that's the work.
Absolutely. Because if you can keep this sort of in your awareness, and when you start noticing the moments where you could have been the shower curtain, but you weren't, I mean, there's that growth piece as well, because as you become aware of those things, that awareness, it starts showing up before your reaction. And that's when you know that you're getting the practice in and you're putting it into play.
Yeah. And look, over time, it's going to start to shift your whole rhythm. Like at first, you're going to notice it after the fact, right? You're going to be like, dang, I definitely threw that ball right back.
Sure.
But then one day you're going to notice it in the moment and you're going to be like, whoa, this is the part where I usually react. And eventually you're going to notice it before it happens. And that's when you're really going to start to lead yourself differently.
I mean, that's the growth evolution part of this, like from reaction to, I guess, recognition, and then you're able to regulate yourself. So reaction to recognition to regulation is it could be its own pattern, its own path, its own practice. That is what intentionality looks like in real life as you put this in play.
And really, that's where the when to use it part comes in. Like the shower curtain move, if it's a move, like Karate Kid. Yeah, the shower curtain crane kick. No, I'm kidding. The shower curtain move is not something that you have to plan or overthink. You use it when the ball comes at you too fast for you to coin it in real time.
That's it. When you're caught off guard and somebody hits you with something unexpected, or it's really emotional and it's emotionally sharp, that's the moment to use that shower curtain posture. Don't react. Just let it hit. Let it fall. Hold that space for just a moment, because it's come at you too fast to coin it in real time. So slow it down. Hold that space to actually take the moment to, as you said, coin it.
Yeah, don't be the brick wall, but don't go doormat. Just absorb it and breathe. You'll have time later that you can confirm it, to confirm what actually happened, to own your emotions, and then decide how to intentionally respond.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is truly what makes this practice so extremely powerful. It's not about perfection. It's about having a plan for those split-second moments where your old habits, they used to take over, right?
Yeah.
Now you make that pause.
Because honestly, that's where life usually happens, in those fast, unexpected changes where you don't have time to go journal or meditate or process your feelings, right?
Yeah. Nobody's got time to light a candle and breathe for 10 minutes in the middle of a heated text thread, right? I mean, this is go time.
No, you don't have that time.
Right.
But what you do need is 1 second of presence, just enough to say, hey, this is that moment, be the shower curtain, and buy yourself that time.
And like you said, that awareness, that's the real flex right there. Like, it's not about staying calm because you don't care. It's not about apathy or being disconnected and, well, I don't give a shit about this. It's not my problem. That's not even remotely close to what this is. But it is about staying calm because you do care enough to protect that peace while you're staying open to receiving this information. You're still open to the connection. You're just staying calm because of it.
I think it's a yes posture. You're still receiving the information, you're listening, you're just not going to get hijacked by the energy.
Yeah, I mean, you're staying open, but you're not surrendering your stance. You're not surrendering your own center. You're not giving yourself in to whatever this is.
And look, that's why it's a practice, because every conversation, every tense moment, every fastball, curveball, it's another chance to get a little bit better at staying intentional.
Sure. And what makes this great as well is that, guess what? If you mess up and you lose your cool, well, cool. You messed up. Again, that's research and data and lessons learned and some chance to put in best practices for the next round. Because with that, you are gaining awareness, and awareness is the coin along this path.
Yeah, awareness is the win. So, maybe a challenge for this week, and it's simple, but it's not easy. Like when life throws you a curveball and it's faster than you can coin it, Be the shower curtain.
When somebody says something this week that catches you off guard, don't throw it back. Try it this week. Don't shut down. I'm not saying shut down. I'm not saying disconnect. Let it hit. Then let that emotional experience, let that fastball, let it fall. Let it hit the ground. Don't be the brick wall. Be a shower curtain and take that space.
Yeah, that's your moment. You don't have to react. You just have to notice.
You can put this in play because that 1 second of awareness, that changes the nature of everything.
The cool part is we're all in this together, and we're including all of you.
Sure.
Now, you're not just listeners. We have drug you into this
That's
coin
right.
business.
Indeed.
Like, you're a part of the circle of people who are trying to live with more intention and less reactivity. And really, the world has enough anger, doesn't it? I mean, enough noise, enough brick walls. Everywhere you look, somebody's throwing something, and everybody seems to be bouncing it right back harder and faster than ever before.
And I can't imagine why this could matter more than now. I mean, we don't have to be like that. And I mean, society, like you're saying, it just really is. It's prickly and it's reflective in so many emotional attacks all the time. But we can see it for what it is. You can see it for what it is. It's energy and it's fear and it's frustration. And we can all choose something different. We really can choose to be calm. We choose our intentionality. And so we choose our behavior. So in this sense, we can absolutely choose to be the shower curtain.
I believe that if more of us did that, even just a little bit, like the world, it would get softer and more human. And from my perspective, it would just feel better to live in.
Well, I mean, that's the hope. I mean, again, we're not trying to fix everything for ourselves or for everybody or you that's listening. You can't fix everything. You're not trying to. We just have to show up with awareness and keep putting the practice in. So again, this week, your reminder, don't try to win every moment. Certainly do not try to be perfect. Just be intentional.
We hate perfection.
Well, I mean, it's the enemy of productivity, right? Always.
Well, look, and I mean, I think that's about it for today. I mean, it's plenty for me to wrestle with.
Absolutely. So come hang out with us, like Bo said, on the socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the places. Just search Coin Your Life.
And look, before you go, please know this. Like, we appreciate you. Like, thank you for being here, and thanks for practicing coin with us and giving coin some thought, and for being a part of this community.
Absolutely. And look, we'll see you next time. And remember, shower curtain. It's not silence. It's not apathy. It's not disconnection. It is receiving, and it is strategy.
I dig it.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to check out coinyourlife.com and find us on social media.